It's my favorite. Ever since I was a kid, I ate it while watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's the way to
that
go.
always made me want pizza.
It was the best feeling when you had the food with what you're watching. It's amazing.
Con Gaby Cam y Javier Ibarreche.
En Estreno estamos con Paras Patel, quien interpreta a Mateo, y Luke Dimian, quien interpreta a Judas de The Chosen. Welcome to Estreno, guys. It's lovely to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To be here.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Let's start. I have so many questions. Look, there's of course more to Judas from what we all think we know. He's been really vilified through history, but I'm curious, after this experience of portraying him, would you say there's room to feel heartbroken for what he went through?
Absolutely. I've received a lot of messages and interactions with fans where they've spoken to me and they've said that they can see themselves in Judas a lot. And I think that's all he's really supposed to represent, is not something to be deterred against or a warning, but an understanding of our own humanity, of our own hearts, that you can also love something so harshly to its detriment if you're not aware of the complete picture, that it's okay to be patient, that you might want to save the world, you might want to do good, and your intentions might be true, but that can ultimately hurt the people you love in the end. And so I'm glad people can see that he is more human than villain, and then especially where it leads later on that the true tragedy isn't the betrayal that he commits, but the fact that he doesn't even deem himself forgivable, when honestly, I think, or at least I hope I'm not claiming anything, I hope this version of Judas is the version that people feel the most regret that he couldn't have a redemption arc, like that they could have seen him redeemed.
Badass. You've mentioned that portraying Matthew, especially with his autistic traits, has really given you purpose as an artist. I want to ask you, can you elaborate maybe on what aspect of this role specifically resounded with you and how maybe the audience response has shaped your understanding of that purpose?
You know, I think a lot of us can relate to just feeling that we aren't really understood or noticed, and a lot of times in my life I felt like that, you know, especially as an actor or struggling actor and getting into the business, not really feeling worthy. You know, there's a lot of rejection that we face all in this business
still,
and so you let that kind of affect you at some point. And so I really could understand how Matthew was in the first season, where he's just this miserable tax collector doing his job, really kind of living in darkness. And then, you know, he meets Jesus, who sees something in him and just says, follow him, or follow me. And then Matthew does that, and that kind of activates him. And so I think we can all see that little, you know, that redemption arc, if you will, and use that to kind of motivate you and yourself. And I think when you can connect to a character or visualize yourself in that person's shoes, that's where you can really become connected to the show and the journey. And I think that's what's happening with our show. And I love that Matthew is one of those guys that I'm learning from as the actor, but he's also teaching the world.
I wanted to ask you because in the opening credits of the series, we see fishes go against the current.
Yeah.
How would you say you apply being that fish who goes against the current in your own life? I wanted to ask you this to both of you.
Never be afraid to doubt yourself, because people can take doubt as such a detriment to oneself. But if you know who you are at the core of your being, you have your values, you know what you stand by, then nothing should take away from you just questioning if everything that I know already is set. And so I've always, at a very young age, just wanted to make sure that I don't take for granted what I already know in lieu of what I could know in the future.
Against the opening credits is kind of a symbolic message for me to just stay curious in a way, always be open to different perspectives, and keep your mind and your soul open and nourished in a way. And with Matthew, it reminds me of how he is, where he does ask questions too. I know Judas does as well, but Matthew asks questions to
I
figure
think Judas
things
asks
out.
questions more aggressively.
Yeah, and Matthew's just trying to process things. He's just trying to make sure he needs to write it down or not, you know. But yeah, it's always just to welcome challenges and obstacles, and to always stay true to yourself in a way by going against the current.
I cannot let you guys go without asking what each of you would choose to eat on your Last Supper.
Oh, that is great.
Super easy. You got yours?
Yes.
Okay. I've also got mine. Want to go first?
Wait, are we gonna say the same thing?
Are we?
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Taco
Pizza.
Bell. Oh,
Oh. Who said taco?
I did.
Ah, yeah, you're in the right place.
Exactly. I can't.
And
yeah.
pizza.
It's my favorite. Ever since I was a kid, I ate it while watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's the
Oh,
way to
that
go.
always made me want pizza.
It was the best feeling
that
when you
was
had the food
pizza, yeah.
with what you're watching. It's amazing.
With
Yeah.
your favorite show.
It's
What would
perfect.
your
Yes,
what would
wait.
your
Mine?
last supper meal be?
I would say carbonara pasta.
Oh,
It's my
the best
favorite.
of both worlds.
Yeah,
in a way.
yeah, it's the best of both
Yeah.
worlds.
I've
Maybe.
never had carbonara.
No,
I've always wanted. It looks delicious.
like it's my. I can cook a really nice carbonara.
Yeah.
Next time you're in
Yes,
town,
yes.
Yeah.
let's have carbonara. It's on me.
We are sold. We are in.
I'm there.
Yeah.
That'll be my
Yeah.
last supper.
Yeah.
After that, I'm gonna be good. I was like, bye.
Paras Batel, Luke Dimian, thank you for being with us on
Thank you.
Estreno. Congratulations again on such a beautiful season. And wow, the chosen always amazes us. Thank you.
Thank you
you.
so much. Appreciate it.
Estreno.